What were Jordan's policies when she stood for election in 2001? The answer was all three.
Yes, way back in 2001, Jordan stood for election in Stretford and Urmston, Great Manchester. A manifesto promised a bigger, better future with free breast plants, nudist beaches and a ban on parking tickets. Amazingly, she only picked up 1.8% of the vote, lost her deposit. Labour's Beverly Hughes won. There you go. You're watching The Right Stuff with Dominic Holland, Amanda Lamb and Jim Kerr. His album, Some of My Own Graffiti Soul, is out now. Still to come this morning is 13, too young for a girl to be posting her bra size online. In short, I'm asking, would you let your daughter enter an internet beauty contest, full stop? And if you're a teenager on half-term, tell me this, would you enter without telling your folks, maybe forging their parental permission, writing a letter on their behalf? 0207 173 5555, that's the number to dial. But first, and I think I am very interested in what you've got to say about this, does the prospect of Parliament filling up with celebrity MPs give you the willies? Esther Rantzen, Lynn Foldswood, The Telegraph's Simon Heffer and David Van Day, I kid you not, have all said they'd consider standing against politicians who have robbed the public purse at the next election. That will be whenever Bottle of Gordon Brown has the nerve to call it. Now, sure, they've been grabbing plenty of headlines, but think about it for a moment. Do we really want a bunch of celebrities cluttering up the Commons? True, White Knight, Martin Bell did a wonderful job ousting the sleaze-ridden Tory Neil Hamilton back in '97. And we have double Oscar winner Glenda Jackson. She served as a Labour MP for 17 years, although she's not a particularly vocal one. So what about this new bunch of stars? Do you trust their motives? Do they really want to serve the country or get back on telly? I know what the answer is with Dave Van Day. Could our Parliament benefit from more independence, or would it grind to a halt? Now, earlier this week, David Cameron urged ordinary people, not even party members, to stand as MPs, presumably to oppose the power-hungry career politicians we have at present. Right on, Dave. Personally, I'd rather ordinary people than a bunch of celebrities enter Parliament, because I'm not convinced stars like Esther or David Van Day are any more in touch with the real world than Jackie Smith, who charged us for a bath plug, or some crusty old Tory who wanted us to clean his moat. So what do you think, Dominic? They've certainly caught the headlines, haven't they?
Well, yeah, no, our MPs now, the stock of our MPs is as low as it's ever been in our lifetime. So obviously it has to be changed. But I would be very concerned about celebrities doing it, because, you know, I would question their motive, because they love the idea of being celebrities, and you know, there's a sort of grey area. One of the reasons they are celebrities is because people like them, presumably. Well, you don't have to like politicians. They have to take difficult decisions. They have to do difficult things. It's not about popularity competition. So I would say there's a grey area between an MP and a celebrity. I think Heffer would probably be a good MP, I have to say. I think he's a journalist. He's commented on social lives for his entire career, so that wouldn't be such a big leap. But Esther Rantzen and the like, certainly David Dan.
Do bear in mind, Michael Gove, of course, who is a Tory member of Parliament, who's been embroiled in the expenses row, was a journalist.
Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say journalists... we've discussed this before. Journalists like an expense account as well. So, but there has to be a seismic change. But I would want serious-minded people.
Let's devil's advocate here.
Right.
So, Mr. Nobody that nobody's ever heard of is vehemently opposed to their standing MP, or they're currently sitting MP, and they decide to contest the next election, and so does Esther Rantzen. Well, Mr. Man nobody's ever heard of, he hasn't got cat soap in hell, has he? Because no one's ever heard of him.
No, but
so Esther has a real chance.
Yeah, but Esther will be one of say, 400 when they shake Parliament out. So I don't think Esther's going to have any impact. But also, as an independent, you are pretty impotent, really, because our party politics isn't perfect, but unless you're in a party, you really haven't got a voice. I think our parties would be better if we just had two parties, I have to say, like the Americans do. Our tri-party state is weaker for that.
Oh, dear. OK, there's the thought. I'm not sure I agree with that. What about you, Amanda? First of all, would you even consider standing as an MP?
No, not a hope in hell's
chance. Not down in
chance.
Portsmouth?
No chance.
Probably not after what you've said this week.
I love Portsmouth. But I think that, for a start, a lot of celebrities become celebrities because there's a desire to be liked. There's a kind of ego that needs massaging, and there's they want to be loved. And most MPs aren't loved and liked, and I think that would be quite a difficult.
Yeah.
The likes of David Van Day, I cannot, for the life of me,
to be fair to David, He's been interested in politics for a long time, and I think he stood as a Tory councillor in Brighton, where he lives. So at least he's got a track record of interest in politics.
But you were saying Mr. Nobody's ever heard of standing against Esther Rantzen. I would probably, depending on the policies, vote for the Mr. Nobody's ever heard of, because I can't see Esther Rantzen. I just can't see it. I don't think. I think I would be quite concerned if the House of Commons were
full
of...
But they have profile, and I think it's profile is the
Well,
stock that they can trade in.
Matthew, they haven't got history of trying to do things in that area. And I do think you want serious-minded people with that vocation, that drawing. You know, I think you do. Now, obviously, we've got a lot of incumbents now who have been completely useless and dishonest. So get rid of those people and get in people who genuinely have a concern to try and change.
Do they have, you know, does Esther Rantzen, like you say, it's experience, isn't it? I would vote for someone that's had years of experience.
Well, yeah, but there's plenty of MPs out there, first-time MPs, and, you know, by definition, you can't have experience.
There's a whole new reality show coming up.
Well, there is that.
I'm an MP, get me out of here.
There is that. Jim, would you do it? I mean, you obviously switched on about stuff. Would you be interested?
No, I like the gig that I have, Matthew. It's a good one, but it's interesting listening to this, and having travelled a lot through the years, the phenomena of this first came to me, I don't know, 15 years ago when, in Italy, what was the lady's name, the famous porn star?
Ciccolina.
Ciccolina, yeah.
Yes, she was the first...
I don't know why I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know either. But she, you know, that... And, of course, in America, you've got Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
The thing I was thinking is that politics now, and to be a politician, almost is sort of a show business in the sense that you're reading from a script.
Yeah.
You've got your, you know, your PR guy. You've got to be on message. All this stuff. You've got to be telegenic, kind of. So you know, it's getting closer.
Parallels, yeah.
It's getting closer and closer. I mean, some of the names that you've mentioned, ultimately it depends what they're saying and what their ideas are. And I think that, you know, people will be able to sort of smell a mile away whether they're genuine or...
But if you've got an MP that's got their nose in the trough, they've been exposed, they're clinging on to power, they stand at an election, and a celebrity, because let's say they've got a big majority, a celebrity could just get in there on that sort of white knight ticket just to get rid of them. Would that be a good thing?
In my case, if it was Ken Dodd, I would be vulnerable. I mean, you know...
Do you know what?
you can't get Ken in.
Most MPs actually don't do much.
Especially now it's been declared as not funny anymore. That's what I said in the papers the other day.
It'll be a laugh.
We've all been there.
Could you do... Funnily enough, I was thinking about this last night. I would vote for you.
I'd do the job. I would think about it when I'm older.
Because I
You'd
think...
vote for Matthew?
I would, because I think...
How ridiculous.
No, I would. I was thinking about it last night. You are fiercely passionate.
Lefty.
Look at the light in his eyes.
I'm not a lefty. I'm not a lefty. I say it over and over again.
Come
I
out.
despise all political parties equally. That's why you can vote for me.
But
and I'm trustworthy.
I would vote for you.
But that, in a sense, what you're saying is why people might be attracted to just what you said there. I can't stand any of you anymore.
Yeah.
Who, you know, it used to be screaming Lord Such.
Yeah, absolutely. He got lots of votes.
But it is a serious thing, you know. I mean, politicians, governments.
Let's throw it open to you guys at home. Would you rather have a celebrity MP than your current MP? There's a question. Let's see what you've got to say. Kirsty.
Can I just say we have had loads of people email in voting for you, Matthew.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
Suckers.
There you go.
Joe's...
Suckers.
We have Joe on line one.
I'm not going to do it now the expenses have gone. Joe, good morning. Morning. Celebrity MPs, Joe. Do they give you the willies?
I think I speak for many people. We want celebrities MPs as much as we want the political class. We want people that live on either in our street or on our estates. We don't want these people. We don't want the rich. We've had enough of that. We want to be governed like the American Constitution states, by the people, for the people, and not by the rich.
So I've got this great idea, Joe. You see, I think we should scrap the term MP, right? We should outlaw it and rename them RPs, representatives of the people. Rather, member of Parliament to me sounds like member of a club, which is the gentleman's club that David Cameron was talking about. Representative of the people. RP sounds like someone who's going to represent me and you. The trouble, Joe, is what Jim said, which is we live in a world where media land, the people, are fixated on celebrities, and so that if you wanted to get a non-party aligned person into our current parliament, the easiest way to do it is pick someone with a big profile, isn't it?
I couldn't agree more.
But you don't want that.
No, I want to be governed by the people, for the people.
But Joe, it's also the point that the cabinet of the people that make policy and impact on Joe's life. Your constituency MP probably has no impact on Joe's life, and a lot of people won't know who their constituency MP even is. So Ranson coming into Bedfordshire will have really little impact on someone living in Bedford. It is.
But you know, you said that, but she's got profile. So if there's an issue that...
Matthew, she can't make government decisions. She's not even...
No, but she can get on TV and embarrass government if she wanted to.
Well,
so she's got a role. I think they have a role to play.
She's got credibility.
I don't know. Joe, thank you for that. I want to get some more in if we can. Kirsty?
John is on line 3.
John, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Matthew.
Celebrity MPs, they turn you on?
Yes, Glenda Jackson was a good example. I would certainly vote for Joanna Lumley, or say Paul Merton, or Jeremy Paxman. Yeah, you know, the great unwashed have some idea of integrity. And, you know, we can associate that with public figures as well.
What do you think about... Do you trust the motives of the celebrities that have put their names forward so far?
Well, you know, I think the motives of the sitting MPs are suspect as well. They're sort of power-hungry megalomaniacs in the main. So, yeah, why not?
OK, thank you, John. Is there another?
Carl, and he's on line 4.
Carl, good morning.
Good morning.
Which of the celebrity MPs do you fancy voting for, Carl?
Esther Ranson would do a job, Joanna Lumley would do a job. She's already proven that she's had success to fight in the government and won the case. I think she's done extremely well. I think these two candidates are pretty well down-to-earth people, supportive. If you look at Esther with regards to the children situation that she's covered over the last, 30 years? Yeah. She's been on in the 60s with regards to That's Life, and I think she would do a good job.
I think she should have been in prison for That's Life, but that's just something we'll have to beg to differ on, Carl. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just thinking about retiring to the House of Commons, actually, with your support all of a sudden.
Vote Matthew.
Huh?
Yeah.
House of Lords, maybe? There's a better gig, better expenses, £200 a day. Nearly.
Much better.
After the break, is 13 too young for a girl to be posting her bra size online? To compete for the title Miss Teen Princess, you need to send in a photo, but you're also asked, but not obliged, to submit your vital statistics, which are then published online. Now, all 4 of the 13-year-old finalists have registered their bra size with their parents' permission. Isn't that a little odd in this age of paranoia, paedophile paranoia? 0207 173 5555 is the number, of course. Love to hear from mums, dads and any teenage girls watching. Is 13 too young to be posting your vital statistics, your bra size, online? We'll find out after the ads.
How many of the 25 finalists under 16 volunteered their bra size to organisers of an internet beauty contest? 10, 15 or 25?